Imagine living in a world with no written law, no clear punishment, no universal justice, only power, only revenge. Nearly 4,000 years ago, one king changed that. His name was Hammurabi, and he carved his laws into stone for all to see. Before written law, justice depended on power. The strong dominated the weak. Disputes were settled by personal revenge, tribal custom, or arbitrary rulings. In early Mesopotamia, as cities grew larger and trade expanded, this instability became dangerous. Order required something stronger than tradition. It required codified authority. Around 1792 BCE, Hammurabi became king of Babylon. At the time, Babylon was not yet the dominant power of Mesopotamia. Rival kingdoms such as Larsa and Eshnunna controlled important trade routes. Through careful alliances, calculated wars, and administrative reform, Hammurabi unified much of southern Mesopotamia. But conquest alone could not maintain stability. A diverse empire required consistent law. Hammurabi ordered nearly 282 laws to be carved into a large basalt stone stele, over 2 meters tall. At the top of the stele is a relief image. Hammurabi stands before Shamash, the god of justice. This imagery was deliberate. The king was not presenting personal opinion. He was presenting divine order. The code covers property rights, family law, trade regulation, agriculture, labor, and criminal punishment. It was not random. It reflected the structure of Babylonian society. Law 196 states, "If a man destroys the eye of another man, they shall destroy his eye." This principle, lex talionis, established proportional punishment. However, the code distinguished between social classes. If the victim was a noble, the punishment differed from that of a commoner. Justice was proportional, but hierarchical. Law 53 addressed negligence. If a man failed to maintain his dam and flooding destroyed neighboring crops, he was responsible for the damage. This shows advanced recognition of infrastructure accountability. Law was not only about punishment, it was about responsibility. Law 229. If a builder constructed a house and it collapsed, killing the owner, the builder could be executed. Severe, yes, but it imposed professional accountability in construction. The code regulated wages for laborers. It set rental rates for oxen. It standardized interest on loans. Babylon was a commercial society. Law supported economic predictability. Marriage contracts were protected. Divorce was regulated. Inheritance rules were specified. Widows and children had certain protections under defined circumstances. The family was treated as a legal unit. Babylonian society was divided into 3 main groups: the Awilim, free citizens; the Mishkinim, dependents or commoners; the Wardam, slaves. The severity of punishment varied depending on status. Equality before the law did not yet exist, but predictability did. The Code of Hammurabi was also propaganda. By publicly displaying the laws, Hammurabi presented himself as protector of the weak. The prologue declares that he was chosen to cause justice to prevail in the land. Whether entirely true or not, the message reinforced legitimacy. Hammurabi's code was not the first law collection in history. Earlier Sumerian codes existed, but Hammurabi's was more comprehensive and more publicly displayed. It represented an evolution in legal thought. The idea that law should be written, public, and standardized shaped future civilizations. From Mosaic law to Roman law, written codes became central to governance. Hammurabi did not invent justice, but he formalized its administration. Nearly 4,000 years later, the basalt stele still stands. Its cuneiform inscriptions remind us that even ancient societies struggled with fairness, order, and accountability. The Code of Hammurabi was harsh. It was unequal, but it was structured, and structure changed civilization.